Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a squat and deadlift day. And I made a couple changes, but still keeping with my theme of going, look, let's just run fives and do pump work afterwards. And I felt like, I'm getting tired of trying to get my shoulders ready to get under a straight bar all the time. I don't have any meets coming up. I don't have to use a straight bar if I don't want. What is the purpose of this training? To build my legs, to get really thick, to get strong. And right now I'm really in a physique phase. And I'm going to be doing heavy fives and then followed by pump work on everything. Why can't I wear a belt if I want to? Why can't I use a safety bar? It's not a big deal. And while I really like my friend Jamie, and I think he's an awesome guy, a great lifter, I don't necessarily agree that we need to do everything beltless. I've already shown I'm pretty strong without a belt. You guys have seen me pull over 600 without a belt. Not a big deal. But one of the things is I'm kind of tired of really getting my shoulders loose enough to get under a straight bar, to do my high bar. I get all those same benefits from the safety bar. Feels very similar. I come and do my nice narrow stance, very similar to my high bar squats. Okay? Hammer my quads, but then if I throw the belt on, I don't have to feel like my upper back is just suffocating under that bar. Let's throw the belt on for a bit. Not a big deal. Also, one of the things I noticed is that, so much of this training, it makes almost my core almost cramp up, or my low back in areas, just doing all the tons and tons of axial loading without a belt. And again, I felt like, let me just try it for a little bit, throwing the belt back on, see how some of it feels, do the safety bar squats. And I did these with what I said I was going to do, or what I've been doing with the high bar squats. I did them as a 5x5, right? Did them as a 5x5, and you know what? It felt pretty good. They're very fatiguing. I find this bar to be extremely difficult. It's not in any way easier than a straight bar. I've never really been able to lift more weight with it. Plus, the perk of when I use this bar, it makes me honest. Meaning, when I put the straight bar on, I can always do just as much weight. It's not like it's a bar that lets me cheat. Also, it was warm enough today, and I trained late enough in the morning. I went ahead and opened the garage door. Let's get some sunlight in here. Come in and just get a good workout. I wanted to come in and just work hard, and I think that was a big part of it. I just needed a little bit of a refresher so I can really get in, get that motivation, start doing the posterior chain work. And I did a bunch of it today. I didn't hit the full volumes I would like to get, but we're bringing it back up. And I feel like I need that extra work. I need it. I needed to keep my deadlift up. I needed to keep my hamstrings up. I needed to keep my glutes up. Okay, especially as I've been cutting. So I'm going to almost go back to, similar to what I used to do when I had the best deficit deadlift, but I'm also adding calf work. All right, just like with the upper body work, I really like my overall 4 lifts. I'm really thinking I just need to keep pushing more of those band press downs in there too, because they worked wonders for building my close grip bench before. Right, but I can keep building the wide grip bench, keep working the bicep work, all the stuff I've been working on. I feel like a lot of that's in a good groove in spite of the cutting. And I think one of the interesting things when I throw the belt back on for most of this, and you guys will see a little bit of it beltless because some of the stuff you obviously don't wear a belt. I think it kind of highlights more of what I'm going to look like as I continue to tighten the fat in that area and the loose skin up. I think it gives a better illustration of, this is actually what I look like. When people can't see the loose skin and the fluff there, the distraction, they're like, it makes a difference. Notice the difference in how I look. So again, this is going to show us a lot more closely what we can probably expect when you can't see it. Right? Because I've been letting it all hang out. But it is going to tighten up. And we're going to do enough stuff without the belt on that you guys will be able to see everything. We can watch what happens as I continue to cut. But this is my birthday week. I'm turning 47 at the end of the week. Down to 214. I'm going to keep bringing that scale weight down. Of course, I'm not in the shadowy dark room right now. So we don't have the added benefit of the half natty lighting. So now we're just kind of seeing what I look like in the sunlight. What we look like in the sunlight. I think I look pretty jacked still. Okay for an old dude. So what do we do with the other stuff? I went ahead and I did a deadlift. I just did a 515 for 5. Went ahead and threw my belt on for it. I didn't feel like I got anything out of the belt. It's not even more comfortable on, on deadlifts. But then I did 5 sets. I did 5 sets of glute ham raises today. I haven't done that many in a long time. I really need to be working these back in. You know what? I don't feel like I'm going to get cramps in here because I'm on low carbs right now while cutting. So I'm probably not going to get glycogen supercompensation. My hamstrings are probably not going to cramp up. So I'm like, let's just run with it. And I went ahead and did the safety bar for the calf raises. Right? I went ahead and put the 331 on, which is the heaviest I've done for calf raises, and I got my 5x10 while supersetting it with glute ham raises. Now, I feel like I only got, I think, 10 reps on the first couple sets on those GHRs, and then it went down to 8, so it was like 8 rep sets after that, because that's all I could get. But we got with 331 on these, we got sets of 10. You know, and people said, why are you going so heavy on the calf raises? You know, because I can. Because I got big jack calves, and they're probably going to get bigger, because I've only been training them really a few weeks. I don't train my calves. But I've come to realize, number one, if I'm trying to get leaner and get more aesthetic, and I'm going to quit at treating that like a dirty word. You know what? We don't need to have all this bravado about what a man and how masculine I am. Do we need any of that? I don't think that we do. Look, I want to use the word aesthetic. If I want to be a beautiful flower, you guys are going to have to accept me as a beautiful flower, you know. I'm saying that joking, of course. You know, but why not? Why not? There's no rules. I can do whatever I want. So, the point is, calves make you look better. Bigger calves burns more calories will help me get leaner faster. Just like hammering the lower body hard posterior chain. These are all the biggest muscles. This is the stuff that burns the most calories when we're up moving around doing stuff. Got to get all of it growing. So, you know, get it growing in spite of cutting. Work off of muscle memory. Got to work arms. Because really that's what I need at this point. Let's be honest. What would make everyone go, wow, Blaha finally looks great? People are already saying that, actually, which I appreciate. I need more arms, and I just need to get leaner. That whole waistline has to continue to tighten up. Both the fat and the loose skin's got to tighten up. And I need more arms. Look, I drop another 10 to 15 pounds of fat and add another inch or two to my arms. Everyone would think I'm the greatest thing on YouTube doing that at my age. Yeah, they would. So let's just be realistic. I should probably work on doing that. But the calves, and this is the heaviest I've gone on calf stuff, and I'm not saying it's not easier with this bar, by the way. It's a little easier on my shoulders, but it's definitely not easier in terms of the loading. The calves are still taking all the weight. But it's easier to get into position, sort of, except you got to deal with those handles. But again, hit the calves, then over here hitting the hamstrings. And everything was so fatigued from doing that I ended up only doing one set of the hanging leg raises and the reverse hypers. But when we do the total math, my total workload was the highest I've done on lower body stuff in a while. So this is a good thing. It's a good thing. Got a real reasonable 5x5 with a safety bar. Did a good heavy 5-rep set of deadlifts, and then I supersetted pretty much a PR because I was able to, I guess using the belt helps. Belt in this bar let me really just kind of get into a good position. And got a calf raise PR, a lot of tension on the calves. Calves got a hell of a pump, hamstrings got a hell of a pump. So we did 5 sets of each of these. So really doing the other stuff was just to get an extra training response and to start building the work on that. Now, ideally, I'd love to get 5 sets of the leg raises and reverse hypers in, but I'm going to have to build this work capacity back up to do that. That's going to take a bit. It may not take as long. I said it's going to take a bit, but is that really true? I don't know. I don't think it's going to take that long. But get that work capacity up. And again, just like I'm going to do with the triceps, I need to probably just be doing a bunch of band press downs at the end of those upper days. I feel like, my main exercises there are great. All right. But the hanging leg raises, reverse hypers, I was just fatigued because I'm like, man, I'm on no carbs. I'm building this work capacity back up, a bunch of novel stuff. I feel like this was a great workout. I didn't have to try to keep pushing more and more sets on these. Let's build it up. Let's build it up. But pretty dang happy with the workout, all things considered. Pretty happy with it. Let's build muscle. Let's burn some fat. Let's get jacked and strong. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.